Hey guys, Indigo here, back with my round 2 of the 5 vs 5 Grand Arena. Like I mentioned in my round 1 video, I'm a little behind because I was on vacation all last week. So I recorded the footage whenever I had time, and only now am I getting able to go back through and add my commentary and do a little bit of editing on it. But I just recorded my fights as I could. Didn't really get to do my homework and take my time and go through my opponent and everything. Start off with my ships. You can see my opponent just put down a Thrawn fleet, saved his Falcon for offense. I saved my Falcon for offense. And of course, it's just going to rip through everything. I mean, I use it in Arena. It's 5-star, but it still gets the job done. I don't really have any issues, and I hate ships. I don't really care for them, and I don't know what I'm doing with them. But in general, just Hulk smash. Try to kill as many as I can, call assists or whatever. I like to use Cassian to clear off the buffs, and then that way if I'm fighting their Falcon, I can clear off the buffs and then target that. But that's not an issue here. You can see 64 banners from that. Good enough for me. Let's get into the real combat. So my round 2 opponent, he put some decent stuff down. I mean, he's got his CLS team, and I hate Night Sisters, but then just standard stuff like First Order and whatnot. We'll start off with Night Sisters. I've been working on my M Troopers, but I wasn't paying attention because I was in a hurry. Like I said, just recorded real quick in between activities while I was on my vacation. It was like a family trip, so I didn't really have solid time to just sit down and game. And I messed up. It was a MT lead, and normally for that, I want to throw Shore Trooper in so that he can at least get the taunt up and the heals. And without him in there to take some of the hits and to give us some health back, I paid the price. My Veers went down right away, and my troopers just made no headway at all. I mean, it was bad. And only after I had hit the battle button did I be like, oh shit, I forgot to put Shore in because it's MT lead. And there's no like undo or anything. I hate that. Once you get in the motion of like, okay, I'm picking this squad, click, click, oh, whoops. And there's no going back on that. So that was that. It was an ugly defeat, and I couldn't get out of it anyway. So I spun them up with turn meters. So this is a good example of what not to do, I guess. If you're looking at this video for advice, here's some for you. Don't do what I just did there. If you're going to get your ass kicked, just forfeit, which is what I should have done. But I was in a hurry, and, this only affects me. It's not like territory war where it's going to affect your whole guild. So, PSA, just keep that in mind. So, to take my mind off the NS, I go to his bounty hunter team. I use my First Order. I know that's going to work because that's my standard counter to a Bosk-led bounty hunter team. Crew is amazing with his special, being able to keep Bosk in check, keep him stunned, and keep him from getting that taunt off. I never even have issues with them, getting the contract or anything off. So First Order is really great at this. And they're really good at being able to help you finish with max banners. You get like 59 or 60. So anytime you can do that and have a guaranteed counter team that has a good shot at finishing you with max banners, I say go for it. I say it's worth it. So you can see basic strategy. Just keep Bosk stunned and go to work on the sides. Take out Boba and them. And in this case, he's got Greedo. So I'm not left with, usually it's Dengar and Bosk. But that didn't happen here. Now it's just Bosk. Now it's all about trying to just buff up get your protection back, throw some buffs around, and maybe get as many points as you can get. Try and get the whole 60. So that's all you want to do, but you're not in danger of losing. Plenty of time on the clock. Now his protection's gone, so it's game over for him. There he is. Buff up. Try and get that last bit of protection. And did it. 60 banners for that one. You can see my NS looking horrible. Never, never, never leave them like that. I didn't even kill one and let it time out, so don't be like me there. Don't ever leave your teams like that, or it makes it much harder the next time around. Can't stress that enough. So let's see what we got here next. Got my CLS team with Han, Chewie, C3PO, and R2. And they're getting ready to put some work in on the enemy C3PO. I was hoping I'd win the coin toss and that my Han would be able to go first, but that didn't happen. So you can see right away, I try and target the enemy Chewie. If I can get rid of him, that's that many less attacks that I'll have to worry about. And it gets rid of the guard on Han and usually CLS. So that way you don't have to worry about extra attacks, and you don't have to worry about them being, a little bit stronger and not being able to stun them or whatever. I forget what guard does. I think you can't stun, and it gives them more defense or something. All I know is kill Chewie, it goes bye-bye, then the team falls like dominoes. So even though I didn't get to go first, I at least got everybody, still alive, knocking them out, except for this right here. It's kind of pissed me off. They just really focused on R2. So they focused on him enough that it took him out, and then I lose banners for that. So only 55 banners there since he died. So that was unfortunate. But, I mean, a win's a win, Could have went the other way. And like I've said before, anytime that I go more than one battle on something, I pretty much expect to lose unless my opponent has already gone a few battles. And right here you can see, this is my stuff. Sorting through, he's already gone a couple battles. Bounty hunters gave him some trouble. So I do have that breathing room, thankfully, since I messed up on the Night Sisters. I got a little bit of room to work. And it doesn't always pan out that way. So he's got a couple teams left to deal with that are a pain, but I got enough firepower here that really shouldn't be an issue. And then he's got some easy teams on there that is just a matter of getting the most banners that I can get. But he's already messed up on a couple teams, and I don't aim to mess up on any more other than that Night Sister one that already just went south on me. So right here we got the JTR team. I got Stick Ray, Resistance Trooper, BB-8, and then Poe, just to throw up buff immunity and get the mass expose. I was kind of worried about bringing him in against First Order, just because they get health and protection back with, I think it's any status effect. So even if they're getting exposed and buff immunity, it still helps heal them. So that can be annoying. And you really got to use your basics and other hits that don't put any status effects on them. So that way you can do more damage than they'll heal. But it works pretty standard. Try to get out the extras, so you can get the numbers advantage, which I did there. It's already down to Crew, Kylo, and then Executioner. So now we go to work on Executioner, just so it can be the 2 Kylos left. BB-8 keeps doing his thing. See, Stick Ray's really good because she can put in some good hits. I got her modded for, phase 1 of the Sith raid. And so she can do some good damage and she didn't leave status effects, so she's not going to heal him up. There goes Eliminated Destiny. Everybody's just, now it's just pounding on Kylo, whatever we can do. And there he goes. Got 58 banners off that one. Next up, we'll take out his Ewoks. I used Rex Wampa and then my extra tanks just to be able to make sure I keep Wampa alive and he didn't get dazed or anything stupid happen. And for that, I got 5s, Stormtrooper, and then K2SO. 5's there just because he's kind of tanky, but he can call the assist. And then sometimes Wampa will go do his thing. So that's always nice. Stormtrooper and K2 just soak up the damage. And that's all they're there for. Just take some extra hits so that Wampa doesn't have to. At least until he can power up a little bit. So you can see I'm just trying to work him down. Stuck behind the taunt sometimes. But it's okay. When they use their AoE, it just makes Wampa go do his thing even more. So took out Paplu. But there's Elder bringing him back. That's kind of a pain. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of working down Elder or doing something so you can keep him out of the picture and then take him out whenever you have a shot. If you have to kill some others first, I mean, that's fine. You can see I killed Paplu and Elder brought him back. Doesn't matter. But got rid of Elder. Now nobody's coming back. They all keep targeting Wampa. But that's fine. There's enough other tanks in there that I don't have to worry about. They're all going to dogpile him and you know, he's going to die or something. I would rather K2 or Stormtrooper die and I still finish my run just with a little bit less banners. And then there goes Wampa. He's powered up enough that he can do what he needs to do. K2's still there. He's just hanging on by a thread. But we only got one Ewok left. Let's get him taken out. And there goes the assist with 5s that I was talking about earlier. So, got done with that. Nobody died. It's a good enough win for me. Got my own Night Sisters on his Phoenix team. I don't really care for Night Sisters much. I know I need to learn the mechanics and all that at this point, but they're just a decent team to use to take out almost anything. And I hear if you have MT lead Zeta, that she's really good as far as taking out a majority of teams. I don't, so I have to use Asajj lead. And that's still good. The way they work with all the revives and everything, you know, they can still get the job done, but I'm just not a fan of it. I don't like how it is with Zombie being able to come back and not be annihilated or anything. I just think it's a pretty crappy mechanic, but you know, there's fans out there and hey, everybody likes their own thing. So they were good enough for this. I mean, shame they don't get protection back, I guess. There's no real mechanic for that, but you can see that Phoenix is about done. Sabine's the only one left. She's got that plague on her, and it's just a matter of knocking her down. Look, she's stunned. Nothing. So, 56 banners for that one, because they don't have a mechanic to get their protection back. But, good enough. Here comes the Night Sisters. This is what I probably should have done the first time around, or really just use my imps the right way, I guess. But in any case, since I failed, had to go ahead and throw the trio at Night Sisters. And it just seems like a waste. It's such an overpowered team, you know. The trio can take out Revan, but you gotta waste them on a Night Sister team. But if your opponent didn't set Revan, and they did set Night Sisters, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. So, here it is. It works, I mean, standard. I'm sure you guys have seen this. Use my Dark Side Bastilla to go ahead and stun and throw shock around. I was trying to do everything I can to like keep taunt off zombie so that I can focus on killing somebody else. Usually Daka. I hate MT lead because she makes the Night Sisters come back, and then when they kill somebody, they get to stay back. And oh, it's just a pain. So you can't use any old team to just beat these. So it does work for, you know, the trio. I was worried about my Thrawn because the rest of them are Sith. They're going to heal. That's not a problem. But not with Thrawn. He can get protection back, but he sure ain't going to get any of that health back. So that's pretty much the only thing you got to worry about. Other than that, you just want to get them down, kill somebody twice so zombie can revive twice. Now I'm down to zombie and was that acolyte that sits there under stealth all the time. And you just got to keep killing zombie over and over till you can get the AoE attacks. And like Scion's AoE to dispel the stealth. Or right there, Nihilus AoE Drain Force. And just keep getting her down little by little. There's plenty of time left on the clock. Just worry about throwing turn meter and protection up. Threw it to Scion. And there's that. Done with that one. Thank God. Now we got his Rogue One team. And my kind of leftovers. I got EP lead. Vader, Tarkin, of course, naturally. Threw in Shore for the tank. Just so he got some longevity in there. Make sure he can take the hits and heal up and taunt on my own while I worked on them. And then Nest. I think I used this team before. Nest will get around that taunt, help with the dispels. Meanwhile, the other three are just going to throw debuff after debuff on the team. And, you know, EP's going to stun and shock, and that's all good. Vader will throw down some dots and maybe hit a well-timed culling blade. You can see I tried on Baze there. Didn't have enough debuff stacked up, so it wasn't any good. But you just, you know, you got Shore tanking it out for you, so just keep trying again. Use Nest, dispel some debuff, or dispel some buffs. Keep at it. You want to get Jyn out, that way she can't revive anybody. But you also got to follow the flow of the battle. Like, right there, I'm stuck on K2. No big deal. It'll take him out if I have to. Try and throw some shock on him. You know, do what you can. But if you got to end up killing everybody and do Jyn last, I mean, so be it. But if you can keep her ability blocked, that'll also stop her from bringing people back. So, that's all I'm doing. There's not a danger of actually losing this match. It's just a matter of getting max points or not. So, there went Jyn, there went Baze. Everybody's down except Chirrut. Now we're just working on him. But, you know, there's nothing I can do to really improve the score. There he goes. 53 banners. So, not the most efficient. But, you know, I'll take it. Take a win on the first try all day long. I'm at, 1651. My opponent's at 1237. He went one and done on my fleet. And that was it. I don't think he struggled a couple times and all that on my defenses, but my Bastille team was left standing. I mean, that was as far as he got. So that's a win for round 2, guys. I'll take you to round 3. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.